What if the RMS Titanic set sail today? Not in 1912, but right now, in 2025. Would she still sink after hitting that infamous iceberg? Would more people survive? Or maybe everyone? Or would history tragically repeat itself despite over a century of maritime progress? I'm Shelby, and I work as a chief officer safety for a major cruise line. I've overseen drills, evacuations, investigations, and, well, plenty of passenger madness at sea. Today, I'll walk you through exactly what would happen if Titanic faced the same fate in the age of GPS, SOLAS, high-speed rescue, and, believe it or not, TikTok. Stick around. You'll never look at cruise ships the same way again. Welcome aboard the Cruise Ship Safety and Security Channel, your deep dive into what really happens behind the scenes on cruise ships. From lifeboat drills to lockdown brig cells, this channel uncovers the secrets of modern maritime life with a mix of professional insight and a bit of crew room honesty. Subscribe now, ring that bell, and let's set sail through time, from the icy North Atlantic of 1912 to the smart ships of today. Let's begin with the ship. The Titanic was 269 meters long, had 16 watertight compartments, and was declared unsinkable because it could stay afloat with up to 4 compartments breached. But the iceberg tore open 6 compartments, and those watertight walls didn't go all the way to the top. Once water spilled over into the next compartment, it was game over. Today's cruise ships are built under the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS, a direct result of the Titanic disaster. Modern cruise ships like Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas is 5 times bigger, carry about 5,000 more people, and are divided into damage stability zones. They're built to survive flooding in 2 or more adjacent watertight zones, and some have even been tested to float with 20% of the hull flooded. Modern hulls are also double-bottomed and fitted with integrated sensors that instantly detect any breach, with automated alarms feeding directly to the bridge and the ECR, or engine control room. On Titanic, the bridge was relying on a lookout with binoculars. Today, we've got Furuno radar, ice-detecting sonar, thermal imaging, AIS tracking, and weather overlays via satellite. An iceberg today? It would be on the radar hours in advance, and probably avoided altogether. The lifeboat situation on Titanic was the ultimate failure. She carried just 20 lifeboats for 2,224 people, enough for only 1,178. Why? Because lifeboats were seen as a way to ferry people to a rescue ship, not as full escape vessels. And ironically, some lifeboats were launched half-empty due to panic, confusion, and a lack of drills. Fast forward to today, every modern passenger ship must carry enough lifeboat and life raft capacity for 125% of everyone on board. That includes fully enclosed, engine-powered lifeboats with roofs, radios, compasses, water, and food. Regular muster drills. Crew must complete training every 5 days, with lifeboat lowering every 3 months. Passengers are required to attend safety briefings. Yes, even the ones who sneak off early. Evacuation routes are clearly lit, photoluminescent, and duplicated on every deck. And on the largest ships today, like the Icon of the Seas, lifeboats can launch with 450 passengers each, thanks to the high capacity. Titanic's crew had never practiced a full-scale evacuation. Today's cruise officers train using full-mission simulators, including scenario-based abandoned ship orders. Could everyone be evacuated safely today? If the system works, yes. And even if one lifeboat fails, there's redundancy built in. Back in 1912, Titanic's distress calls went out over the Marconi wireless telegraph, in Morse code, handled by just 2 operators. One of them, Jack Phillips, actually died at his post, tapping out SOS signals right up until the very end. Incredibly, only one ship, the Carpathia, managed to respond in time, arriving 4 hours later, which was sadly too late for over 1,500 souls. Now today, things are, well, dramatically different. A modern cruise ship can send an automatic digital distress alert, or DSC, via GMDSS. That's the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System. And this instantly alerts all ships, coast guards, and search and rescue authorities within a 500-mile radius. There are other tools too. EPIRBs, or emergency position indicating radio beacons, which activate automatically if submerged. Satellite communication systems keep us connected, even in the middle of the ocean. AIS, the Automatic Identification System, tracks ships globally in real time. And when it comes to the response, in the North Atlantic today, Canada, the US, Greenland, and NATO all have joint rescue coordination plans. Helicopters, fixed-wing aircraft, drones, and Coast Guard ships would be airborne within minutes. So, your odds of rescue in 2025? Exponentially higher. Now, here's the wild card. The one thing that, honestly, hasn't changed as much as we'd like. Humans. Titanic ignored 7 iceberg warnings the day she sank. They were traveling at 22 knots through an ice field at night, all because they wanted to set a speed record. Sound familiar? In 2012, the Costa Concordia sailed way too close to shore, against orders, just for a salute. It hit rocks, and 32 people died. In both cases, overconfidence and ego overruled caution. That's why modern ships now operate with Bridge Resource Management Training, or BRM, making sure every officer has a voice. There are voyage data recorders, a bit like an aircraft's black box. Plus, there's 24/7 oversight from fleet operation centers ashore and ISM code compliance with company safety management systems. Yes, human error still exists. But today, the industry is designed to catch it before disaster strikes. So, let's answer the big question. If the Titanic sailed today, would she still sink? Probably not. We'd avoid the iceberg with GPS or radar, no doubt. If we did hit it, the ship would likely stay afloat. If it did sink, we'd have the capacity to evacuate, and rescue would be minutes, not hours away. So yes, the Titanic herself might still be vulnerable. But the people? They'd have a fighting chance. And honestly, that's the biggest difference. If this blew your mind, or maybe changed the way you think about cruising, then welcome aboard. We have got full episodes on lifeboat launches, engine room emergencies, pirate drills, and even crew confessions you weren't meant to hear. Subscribe right now and hit the bell. Because honestly, we're only just getting started. And hey, drop a comment below. What would you have done on the Titanic? Would you have stayed calm, or made for the lifeboats? Until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and always respect the sea.